Imagine a festive gathering where every chuckle masks a secret, and every toast might be your last. Welcome to Grafton Manor. Nestled in the lush landscapes of the countryside, Grafton Manor stands as a beacon of enigma, its walls echoing tales of times long past. This grand estate, with its sprawling gardens and shadowy corridors, has been chosen as the setting for a unique event that harks back to the Roaring '20s. Here, a select group of celebrities has gathered, slipping into the skins of flapper girls, dashing gentlemen, and cunning moguls, ready to immerse themselves in a weekend of role-playing and mystery-solving. The air is thick with anticipation and the scent of old secrets as these modern-day stars prepare to untangle a fictitious murder plot, unaware of the chilling reality that awaits them. But as the daylight wanes and the chandeliers flicker to life, the atmosphere thickens. Each whisper and sideways glance carries weight, and the manor's infamous history looms large, setting a perfect stage for intrigue. As the sun sets on Grafton Manor, the stage is set for a night of glamour and dread. The game takes a dark turn when the sound of a gunshot pierces the night's jovial facade. The laughter and clinking of cocktail glasses at Grafton Manor abruptly cease, replaced by a chilling silence that seeps into every corner of the grand hall. In that moment, the festive air of the 1920s-themed party transforms into a scene straight out of a crime novel. Reverend Richard Kohl, a character beloved for his gentle demeanor and wise counsel, lay motionless on the polished wooden floor, a stark contrast to the lively character he portrayed just moments before. The guests, dressed in their flapper dresses and pinstripe suits, stare in disbelief, their faces a mix of horror and confusion. Amid the chaos, someone had the presence of mind to call the authorities. Enter Inspector Watcham, a man known for his sharp intellect and piercing gaze. As he steps through the threshold, the room's atmosphere shifts from panic to a tense anticipation. With a calm yet authoritative voice, Inspector Watcham begins to take control of the situation, his eyes scanning the room, assessing each guest as both a potential witness and a suspect. The celebrities, still reeling from the shock, suddenly find the murder mystery game they signed up for overshadowed by grim reality. They exchange wary glances, realizing that the lines between play acting and genuine danger have blurred. The inspector's arrival marks a pivotal moment. It is no longer just a game they are playing. With a real murder on their hands, the guests at Grafton Manor must now play detectives for real. Under the watchful eye of Inspector Watcham, our celebrities don their detective hats, diving into a web of deceit. The atmosphere in Grafton Manor, once filled with the light-hearted banter of a 1920s-themed party, now thickens with tension and mystery. Each guest, draped in vintage finery, now plays a dual role, that of a character in the party and a sleuth in a deadly game. As the investigation unfolds, the first order of business is gathering alibis. The inspector, a man known for his sharp wit and keener observation, methodically interviews each guest. Their stories are as varied as their costumes, each alibi painting a different picture of the night's events. Some claim to have been admiring the manor's infamous art collection during the murder. Others recall long conversations by the fireside sipping aged brandy. But as alibis are scrutinized, motives begin to surface, subtly at first, then unmistakably. Jealousies that had been simmering under the surface start to boil over. It turns out, Reverend Kohl was not as revered as one might expect. Whispers of blackmail, forbidden romances, and betrayed confidences begin to weave through the gathered crowd, suggesting that many had more than a few reasons to see the Reverend silenced. Amidst this, hidden conflicts among the guests begin to emerge. Old rivalries, once thought long buried, resurface with a vengeance. An acclaimed actress finds herself at odds with a rival she had not seen in years, their mutual animosity reignited over a seemingly trivial altercation that might just hide deeper grievances. Inspector Watcham, ever observant, notes these interactions with a keen eye. He knows that in such conflicts often lie the seeds of truth. The celebrities, too, begin to see their companions in a new light, questioning alliances and doubting friendships that had seemed rock solid only hours before. As suspicions grow, trust becomes a rare commodity among the glittering guests. Each wary glance, each whispered conference adds layers to the mystery, making the air heavy with anticipation and dread. What secrets do these walls hide? Who among them is a murderer? As the investigation deepens, so does the enigma of Grafton Manor. Just as the manor breathes a sigh of relief, tragedy strikes again. In the dimly lit corridors of Grafton Manor, where every creak and whisper tells a story, the lifeless body of Nancy Bloom, the schoolteacher, is discovered. She was found strangled, her gentle face frozen in a silent scream, a chilling testament to the horrors within these walls. The room, usually vibrant with the laughter of guests, now echoes with the haunting silence of death. Nancy, known for her kind demeanor and keen intellect, had been actively participating in solving the mystery of the manor. Her untimely demise sends a wave of shock and suspicion crashing through the remaining celebrities. As the night deepens, the air grows thick with paranoia. Trust, already a fragile commodity among the guests, shatters completely. Everyone is a suspect. Every whisper could be a clue. The once lively roleplay has turned into a grim fight for survival. With the body count rising, every shadow whispers betrayal. In a maze of clues and distractions, finding the truth is like looking for a needle in a haystack. As the investigation at Grafton Manor intensifies, the pile of clues grows, but so do the misleading trails left by a cunning perpetrator. Let's delve into the murky waters of evidence and deception that confound our celebrity detectives. Among the scattered evidence, a blood-stained letter opener found in the library initially points to a crime of passion. The fingerprints on the handle, however, belong to several individuals, suggesting it was planted to confuse the investigators. Meanwhile, in the Grand Hall, a torn piece of fabric from a vintage gown seems to whisper tales of a scuffle, yet, whose garment it belongs to remains a mystery. As tensions rise, an old photograph tucked behind a loose brick in the fireplace brings a new dimension to the case. The image, dated back to the early 1900s, captures a younger version of the manor's caretaker standing beside a woman who closely resembles Nancy Bloom, the recently deceased schoolteacher. Could this be a coincidence or a deeper family connection? The plot thickens with the discovery of a hidden room behind the manor's grand staircase. A push against a seemingly ornamental panel reveals a dusty, cobweb-laden space filled with old diaries and newspapers. These forgotten pages hint at long-standing feuds and hidden inheritances, weaving a complex tapestry of motives that could drive someone to murder. Adding to the confusion, a cryptic message scribbled on the back of a portrait misleads the group for hours. It suggests the involvement of a prominent businessman, but further scrutiny reveals it to be a mere diversion, part of a larger game to shift focus from the real murderer. As each clue adds a layer of complexity, our celebrities face the daunting task of distinguishing fact from meticulously crafted fiction. Every misleading piece of evidence, every genuine clue they encounter shapes their understanding of the chilling narrative that envelops Grafton Manor. Every clue unravels a part of Grafton Manor's dark past, pulling our celebrities deeper into its grim tales. As the final pieces of the puzzle fall into place, the true mastermind begins to emerge from the shadows. Under the watchful eye of Inspector Watcham, our group of celebrities-turned-detectives gathers in the dimly lit library of Grafton Manor. The tension is palpable. Each person is aware that the murderer is among them. The inspector takes the lead, pacing slowly in front of the crackling fireplace. He reviews the evidence one last time. The antique gun, a cryptic letter found in the Reverend's pocket, and the curious absence of Nancy Bloom at dinner before her demise. Each clue had seemed unrelated, a mere echo of Grafton Manor's dark history, but now they converge into a clear image of premeditation and malice. A hushed silence falls over the room as Inspector Watcham turns towards one of the guests, an acclaimed actor known for his riveting portrayals of villains. With a steady voice, the inspector recounts how the actor had the opportunity, the means, and most crucially, a hidden vendetta against both victims. The motive? A long-standing professional rivalry that had ended the actor's prospects on more than one occasion. The actor's facade crumbles, replaced by a look of resignation. As he confesses, the room breathes a collective sigh of relief mixed with disbelief. He speaks of his actions, driven by jealousy and a career tainted by rejection and overshadowing by both victims. In a chilling confrontation, the mask of the murderer is finally removed. As dawn breaks over Grafton Manor, the nightmare ends. But the echoes of betrayal linger. The once lively halls that echoed with laughter and clinking glasses now whisper secrets of deceit and murder. Our celebrities, draped in vintage garb, found themselves not just playing roles in a staged mystery, but entangled in a real-life puzzle where every shadow could be a specter from the past. In this crucible of suspicion, alliances were tested and true characters revealed. The investigation, led by the astute Inspector Watcham, peel back layers of pretense to expose the raw and sometimes ugly truths about human nature. Trust, a fragile commodity within these walls, proved to be both a rare ally and a frequent casualty. As we bid farewell to Grafton Manor, we reflect on the lessons learned. Trust must be earned, and the truth, though it may be buried deep, will eventually surface. Though the mystery is solved, the stories of Grafton Manor will haunt its halls forever. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey.